going on, everybody? Jason here. I'm going to get right into this because I'm pretty excited about it. I just thought about this the other day, and I don't know if anybody else has done this or thought about it. I haven't had sponge filters too long. It's only been about maybe a month or 2 months, and so I really haven't had them too long to be able to think of all kinds of different modifications or make them work better. I just came up with this over the weekend and want to share it with you guys because I've never seen anybody do this before. I'm sure somebody has, but I haven't seen it. Like I said, I haven't done too much with sponge filters, so if you guys haven't done this, hopefully this will help you out because I'm pretty excited. Okay, first off, I got one of my sponge filters taken apart for you. I've got it in tank water so the bacteria won't go bad. As you can see, here's your basic sponge filter set up without the sponge, and in the normal sponge filter, your air line would go through there, and there's a cross section in here, which I will remove transparent. This cross section, or I'm sorry, I don't know exactly what you would call this piece. There's normally a cross section in there where you attach your air line and then come out the back with another piece of air line tubing and connect your air stone. Well, as you can see, mine is gone. I took a hammer and a flathead screwdriver to knock them out, then sanded the edges nice and smooth, and then you just have a nice clean tube. Then I took the base of my sponge filter and drilled a hole in it. Now bear in mind, I did not anticipate this. There is metal inside of these bases. At least the ATI sponge filters that I got. These are ATI sponge filters I got from American Aquarium Products, and the base is really heavy. There is metal inside this plastic. I did not anticipate that. So if you're gonna try this, anticipate that. So I used my drill press. I believe the hole I made was 17/64. It was the one size over 1/4 inch, but don't go do that size just because I did it. It matters on the size tubing and the elbow that you use. So if you're going to drill the hole, make sure you turn your drill press, your drill speed down very slow. The drill bits, when you drill through steel, you want to do it slowly. So basically what I did is just took the airline tubing to a plastic elbow, which I got a big old bag of these at the hardware store for like $3. They were actually what do you call it, drip system, sprinkler drip system tubing elbows for sprinkler system. I got like 25 of them for $3. I don't need that many, but so you can kind of see inside the black, the elbow goes in there, stick straight up, and you put your and you put another piece of airline tubing on the elbow that comes through basically like this. I can pull this out a little bit. So I got about 1 inch of airline tubing coming on that way, and that helps fit this in nice and snug so it's sealed, so you don't get any water or air leakage in there. And then you attach your air stone from the top, and then you just put your sponge filter back together. And the main advantage to this is there is nothing obstructing your water flow. Absolutely nothing. The airline is not going down here. You don't have that cross section on this part that we just talked about that I removed. The air stone, as you can see, is right down there at the bottom, getting as much bubbles and water flow as possible, and there's no obstruction. Need I say more? It's badass. I freaking love it. Now, this particular way that I set it up, there is only one drawback to this, and that is, well, you got the sticking out the bottom, so you cannot use these on a bare bottom tank. Not yet. Any type of substrate, this will just sit right underneath the rocks and it's fine and it'll stand up. However, if you have a flat bottom tank, you can still do this. This sponge filter also came with a riser right here, which I don't use because technically I think this is used for submerging in your substrate, which I don't need it to do. I just took that off. I just set it on top of the substrate. So if you got a bare bottom tank, you just leave it glass. What you can do is do the same system, but just drill your hole through the riser and put your elbow in there, and then knock out that cross section in there. So that way this can sit flat on the bottom of the tank, and you'll have your airline go in through the little spacer riser here. Drill the same hole, make sure it's sealed and all that, and there you go. So but with this way, this is obviously not going to sit down on a bare bottom tank. So this is how I set it up, and it's working great. Now, I can't exactly measure how much more water flow I'm getting. That's really impossible with a sponge filter. What I do know is there has got to be some more water flow, since there's absolutely no obstruction. If I'm getting 1 or 2 extra gallons an hour, it was worth it. It's not really any harder to maintain or clean or remove from the tank or put back in the tank. It's pretty much the same exact thing. But yeah, I've never seen anybody do this before. I'm sure it has been done, but personally I haven't seen it. And in my opinion, this is what you want to do with a sponge filter. I mean, if you want to get as much water flow as possible, you've removed all the obstructions. So I don't know what else to say about it. It works freaking great. If you're going to make one, make sure you drill the correct size hole. Make sure you have all your materials. Double check your measurements, because this is the one drawback that can totally screw this up. When your hose goes through here, it's got to be sealed, because if it's loose, you're gonna the vacuum is gonna suck water through here, and it's not gonna be properly filtered. As you can see, mine is nice and snug. It's sealed, and that's it. And basically, what you're gonna do, just put my sponge back on. And there's your filter, and I'll put it back in the tank. Okay, so here's the filters back in the tank, and we'll go here on the side, and you can see the way that the line is running just goes down. Where's my finger? Just goes down and goes underneath. I mean, you can either run it from the top and go down, or do it this way. Either way, you're gonna see the air line in the water, so it's not that big of a deal. And I got this running off of another fusion pump right down there. And I have that line coming right here, and then there's a splitter. And I'm going to try to fix these lines up here and make them a little bit more camouflaged. But yeah, I mean, it looks like, in my opinion, it looks like I'm getting much faster, straighter flow with the bubbles. When you have that air line going down, you can kind of see sometimes your bubbles coming up and being manipulated because of the airline, but this is just a straight shot. Now, I know this tank, you're probably looking at it going, what happened to everything? I'll go over that in my next video. I've got 2 sponges in here right now. I tore out the plants. Wasn't doing very well. I got some black gravel I'm going to put in, change this over, and all the fish are still doing good, but I'll go over this in the next video. I also did the same thing to my sponge filters on my 40-gallon with the African cichlids. I got the line going down, drilled the hole underneath, got the same thing going with these. There's the fishies. Still doing good. Fish are doing great, getting bigger. But I did the same thing with these sponge filters also, and I think it's working great. I mean, the bubbles are just going straight up. It's kind of hard to see. You might not be able to see it on the video, but you can definitely see a higher plume of water displacement on the surface of the water. So in my opinion, this is totally worth it. I mean, really, all you gotta do, drill a hole, buy some elbows that fit your airlines, knock out that cross section. It only took me about 20 minutes to do all 4 of these, and it was totally worth it. So that's the video, guys. Thanks for watching. I hope this helped you guys out as far as sponge filters. Dion, if you watch this, I think you were kind of new to sponge filters like me. If you are, do try this. I think it'll definitely help you out and give you some more gallons per hour. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the views. Click to subscribe and stay tuned for my next video. I'll do a real update on what's going on and what I'm doing with that tank. So, thanks for watching, guys.